A lot of people had a lot of questions about Donald Trump and where he stood with Israel as he was coming into uh, his presidency. A lot of people thought maybe, who knows, he's abandoned the whole Israel idea. Things were starting to sour between him and Bibi Netanyahu. But as we can see, things are taking a new turn. Welcome to Global Reference News, independent sources. So, according to BBC, Trump says no right of return for Palestinians under Gaza plan. So if you've been sleeping under a rock, you don't know that Trump has an edict that says he will use the Gaza Strip to renovate it. And in that renovation, a certain group of people won't be allowed. And that seems to be the Palestinians. So Trump says no right of return for Palestinians under Gaza plan. Is from BBC. Says U.S. President Donald Trump has said the 2 million Palestinians who would be resettled in neighboring countries under his plan to take over and rebuild the Gaza Strip would have no right of return. So it seems like everybody else has a right of return except, the people who actually belong there. He says, no, they wouldn't because they're going to have much better housing. He told Fox News, I'm talking about building a permanent place for them. Where would that possibly be? I don't know. Maybe Egypt, maybe Libya, maybe Algeria. Some people seem to think it may be the Congo, South Africa, Iran, Saudi Arabia, UAB. I don't know. I doubt it though, but we'll see. It says a clip of the interview was released the day after Trump said he was committed to buying and owning Gaza, despite global condemnation of the plan he unveiled last week. So Trump has these huge plans to do things with places. He wanted to annex Canada. He wanted to buy Greenland at one time, I believe. I think he still does. Now he wants to buy the Gaza Strip, and I think he can do it. I definitely think he can do it. Says the Palestinian Authority and the armed group Hamas, whose 16-month war with Israel has caused widespread devastation in Gaza, reiterated that Palestinian land was not for sale, as if they can stop them. But Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu praised Trump's proposal as revolutionary and of course. Of course, this gets the people who you wanted out of the way, And you got the United States backing to do it. This is what you always wanted. It said the U.S. has warned that any forced displacement of civilians from occupied territory is strictly prohibited under international law and tantamount to ethnic cleansing. As if this is something new with European or colonial Western powers. It comes 3 weeks into a fragile ceasefire in Gaza, during which Hamas has released some of Israel's hostages it is holding in exchange for Palestinian prisoners in Israeli jails. It goes on to say the Israeli military launched a campaign to destroy Hamas in response to an unprecedented cross-border attack on 7 October 2023. And we know the details of that. And that has led to the catastrophe that we see today, to where the Palestinians are pretty much being shifted all over the desert. As we'll see here, most of Gaza's population has been displaced multiple times. Almost 70% of buildings are estimated to be damaged or destroyed. The healthcare, water, sanitation, and hygiene systems have collapsed. And there are shortages of food, fuel, medicine, and shelter. I mean, I guess you wouldn't mind moving. I mean, let's think about it. If where you come from is pretty much dilapidated, what other choice do you have to do but move? We have people here in California that, are dealing with the California fires, and they have no choice but to move or live amongst the ashes and long enough until you can get your stuff back together. But who would want that, especially when you have children? It said could be 5, 6, could be 2, but we'll build safe communities a little bit away from where they are, where all this danger is. In the meantime, I would own this. Sounds like typical Trump. Think of it as a real estate development for the future. It would be beautiful piece of land, no big money spent. I think he wants to make it like a big old Las Vegas strip. I can pretty much see that. He then explained that the Palestinians would have no right of return to Gaza because their lives would be much better elsewhere, contradicting Secretary of State Marco Rubio and White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt, who told reporters last week that the relocations would be temporary during reconstruction. I just shake my head. I'm talking about starting to build, and I think I could make a deal with Jordan. I think I could make a deal with Egypt. You know, we give them billions and billions of dollars each year. Egypt and Jordan's leaders have rejected both Trump's plan and his. Yeah, I told. Yeah, see, these people, they've already dealt with the Palestinians before, and they're really not willing to house them. You know, I don't think. I think if you're really going to house these people, if you're not going to give them asylum in America, your best place is somewhere in sub-Saharan Africa. That I mean, for realistically, sub-Saharan Africa. That's pretty much like no is anybody's game out there. Is anybody with enough money? You pay those people enough money, they'll take them in. Trust me. However, Jordan's King Abdullah is due to meet with Trump in Washington on Tuesday, while Israel's president and Trump would also hold talks with Egyptian president and Saudi crown prince as well in the days to come. I didn't want to mess up their names, so I just skipped over it. So Trump has pretty much doubled down on it. He's intent on, using this piece of land to, handle his business. And right here is just talking about the history of the Palestinians being refugees and stuff like that. I don't know, man. I mean, this is typical Trump. Trump has big ideas. He has big dreams. He has big ambitions. Some of them he wants to get done. Some of them he can't get done. Some of them he just won't realistically be able to do. Will he be able to realistically just remove these people permanently from Gaza? I mean, look what happened to the United States of America. I mean, when was the like I think Chris Rock said it. When was the last time you seen two Native Americans walking down the street together? Like you don't see it. You know, displacing people is very typical of Western colonialism. Look at South Africa. You know, they shuffled a lot of those people around, got them out of where they used to live, and this is no different. This is just, you know, this is just the act of the day for Western power. So I don't know. I don't know. I think it'll be done. It's not going to be beautiful, but it's going to get done. And I think when Trump does displace all these people, he's going to build something great over there. And there's going to be a lot of money involved. And I think the region will pretty much see the potential in it and want to play ball. GlobalReferenceNews.com is where we have all sorts of stories that, we do worldwide, so check us out there. We also got a few other outlets you may be interested in. We'll see you on the next one. Like, comment, share, and subscribe.